Hello and welcome back for another video. Today I will speak about the adaptive LED headlights and how they function in real life. So follow me for some nighttime driving and you will see for yourself how efficient they are or not. Last week I put out the first video about the adaptive LED lights on my BMW iX1. And after that I got a lot of hostile and aggressive comments and messages. And I should not criticize the lights because other drivers thought they were brilliant, no problem at all. There must be some problem with both my brain and my eyes, and I don't know how to use the car with the correct settings. So I took down the video and I made some more tests, and also I made some new films to better explain my experiences. Because good light is really important, especially in Sweden, where we have a lot of wild animals like the famous moose, but of course in other countries. And I don't know, maybe it's a difference between the iX1 and the normal X1, but I don't think so. It can also be different in different countries, because I know that some cars use the information of what type of road you are driving on. In order to represent as good as possible the real life experience, I have used a small camera so I can mount it on the windscreen and as close as possible to the driving position. And therefore I use a GoPro 11. Unfortunately, the low light performance is not the best, so the sharpness is maybe not the best. But I have adjusted the ISO, the exposure and the white balance manually and locked it so to represent the intensity of the color of the light as close as possible. So what you see is very much the real life experience. And you can also compare, of course, the light of my car to street lights and other cars, so you get an idea of how it looks like. And this is my personal opinion, and I provide a lot of film now, so you can make a judgment for yourself what you think. But actually I have already reports from other iX1 drivers in Sweden that also thinks that especially the high beam light is not good at all. So the lights are set to adaptive automatic adjustment, and it should follow the road in front of you, adjust to meeting cars and etc. And now you see one problem, that even that I have cars in front of me that are quite far away, it goes down to low beam, but it doesn't do like other cars I had, because they can spread the light around the cars in front of me or ahead of me. And now it's back again to high beam, but the difference is barely notable. But you will see now soon it goes down to low beam because it's meeting a car. And again, it doesn't go up to high beam even though the cars are quite far away from me. And now I flashed with the headlights in order for you to see that it's really on high beam, because this difference is barely noticeable. And now another driving sequence, and here you can compare the light of the car to the street lights, and this actually gives a really good presentation of the live experience. And as soon as we leave the artificial lights, you see how really low efficient the low beam also is. So now it has a car in front of me, so it's still on low beam, and then it should switch to high beam after the car. And it does, but it seems that it's not, because the range of the high beam is really disappointing. So in order to check this, I now go into manual mode and manually flash with the headlights a few times. So you can see the difference between low beam and high beam. And you should be really lucky if you should see an animal or something at the side of the road, because the range is disappointing according to me, and also the spread of the light. So now we do another test on a smaller road, and you can see on the sides of the road that it's actually intensive, but the range is not good at all. And now also it should go to high beam, but it takes some time. And also normally adaptive LEDs, they bend according to the road in front of you. But as you can see here, it lights up more the wood on the side of the road than the road, so it doesn't follow very well the road ahead of you. And this is also high beam, and again, you don't have good chances to see what's on the side of the road. And now you can also compare the light to the city lights or the street lights and the car that I meet. And again, the exposure is locked, and everything that you see represents real good what you experience in real life. So you make the judgment for yourself if you think the lights are brilliant or not. And also now you see on the side of the road that the lights are quite intense, but then when we leave the lights, the range is very disappointing. And when there are street lights, it probably goes down to low beam in order not to disturb people living there. But now when we are leaving the city or the small village, it should go to high beam. But it doesn't. Until now it starts to increase to high beam. And once again you see that it doesn't follow the road, it lights up more the wood than the road ahead of you. And now it's on full high beam and down to low beam, and then it should go to high beam again. But the difference is barely noticeable. Now the last sequence on another road, so it's on low beam because I meet the car, and after that it should go back to high beam, but it doesn't. Not until now it's beginning to increase, but again the difference is very small. And again it lights up more the sides of the road and the road ahead of me. So you have to make the judgment for yourself. This is based on real experience and my personal opinion, and hopefully there is something wrong on my car, so I will of course leave it to the BMW workshop and hopefully they can fix this. But if it's not something wrong on the car, then I must say that this is really disappointing, because this is the worst headlights I have had on any modern car the last 10 years. And if it should be a problem, then of course it's good, because then probably some other of you have the same problem and they can fix it at the workshop. So again, real life experience and my personal opinions, and you make the judgment for yourself. Good luck with your BMW and drive safely.